Well, good morning, folks. It's Steve. We're out here at on the build site, and we're going to check on the progress, see what's going on, and see what they've got accomplished. We're actually looking at my neighbor's house right now, and I'll show you that in a second. But they've got quite a bit of stuff going on there too. So I'm looking over here, checking the weather. Let me give you guys a look at what I'm seeing. It's a pretty typical Filipino day. It's hot, it's humid today, cloudy, and kind of muggy, to be honest with you. It's the breeze isn't when it's blowing, but if it picks up a little more, it'll make the weather really nice. But let's head over there and check out what's going on. We'll see you over there. Right now, the first thing I see walking from the street here is I can actually see the new meter that they put in place here. And now it looks like my neighbor's got his permanent Batelec connection for electricity, which is really good. No more dependent on the temporary support electricity that we have here. And here's my pole. They're actually prioritizing it here. They're going to build that, because this is where your electricity line is going to come in, and then also your initial PLDT line should be attached to the same pole. At least that's what I would speculate they would do. So you can see the build here that they're doing a couple things right off the bat that catches my eye. Is I see that they're digging from the outside. I can see that they're digging a fence, or digging my fence anyway. Sorry about all the mess here, guys. Just had a spirited discussion with my contractor about all this trash. But you can see the trenching all along here that they started, and you'll notice that when they do the build foundation, when they do the pour, it'll be probably different than what you see in the States or over in Europe, where they pour the concrete in and then they set the block in here. What they kind of do here is a little different. First time I've seen it is that they'll actually pour put the concrete blocks in and with the rebar and just continue to pour up, which I don't really know. I mean, if it's superior or less superior, I should say, than what we're used to seeing. But we're going to find out anyway. And you can see this area over here. This is what they've this area out here, they're digging here so they can put the foundation in here as well, because we've extended this section and they're finally getting to it. We're going to have another property for, like I said, our storage, laundry, and dirty kitchen areas. And as we cross over the fence line, I can already see that I'm going to have to be asking for permission on these trees that have been cut to get the roots out of them so they don't affect my fence. Got this tree where they had to cut the roots on it, and I'm not. No, I'm good. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Salamat though. Guys are taking their break here, so I'm wondering. I'm thinking this tree is going to have to be taken out, but it's not on my lot, because you can see that red marker in there. So I'll have to write permission to the developer and see if they'll grant me permission on that to get that tree removed. And I also have one on this side over here. Try not to bother these guys that are on break. As we go up over here, and I'll try to keep this camera steady as possible when I'm walking, but you can see the yellow line on that tree over there. Let me get a better angle. There's the fence line right there, the property line on mine, and you can see that tree, at least from, if you get right on the angle, splits that line in half. So that tree's gonna have to come out. and I'm guessing this tree here is. But here in the Philippines, if you touch, I'm not sure which one of these are mahogany, if they're all mahogany. If it's a mahogany tree, you have to have permission from the local barangay before you can start to do any cutting or any of that stuff when it comes to a mahogany tree. Even if it's on your property, even if it's obstructing your build, you still need to get permission. And I was thinking about going around it, but I mean, going around and making like a little L shape to divert from having to cut these trees down, because I don't want to cut these trees. I like the trees. So we've taken enough trees down, and I prefer the shade. But you can see here that they're going to have these trees here are all going to be in the way of the Baja Cubo that I want to put down here. At least most of them will be. So we'll have to request permission to see what's going on. You can see the exterior of the house right now, where they're at on their plastering on the different sections of it. There's nothing new here in this front room going on, except for they just keep piling more material here. I want to get all this trash cleaned up, and I'm been having a discussion with my contractor about getting it cleaned up. Seems like you got to break legs around here to get anything done. It's supposed to have been cleaned up a while ago, I was told, but it's one of those subjects you got to constantly revisit. One thing I found out here in the Philippines, if you need something done, you have to be very, very specific about what you want. You have to tell them, like if you want a tree out, for example, you have to say, okay, I want you to cut the tree. You have to cut the tree. You have to tell them I want the roots out of the ground. And then after the roots are taken out of the ground, you have to tell them I want you to clean up all the trash, all the roots, bring them to the street, and then you have to arrange for disposal of that. So you have to be very, very detailed when you give directions out here. You cannot assume anything here. You can see that they're still welding on my roof structure. They haven't started on the purlins yet. Well, they have actually, but they haven't got them all completed. We were going over the designs of some of the cabinetry that's going to be in here. We were looking for doors. We were looking for doors for the house yesterday, and didn't find anything as far as quality went. The solid woods, a lot of the stuff is not kiln dried, and prices look good, but when you start to look for a solid door that's kiln dried, then everything starts to change. I can hear them ringing the bell to get these guys back from their first break. We've been out here early this morning. I've been helping my neighbor move some of his stuff in. It's not moving in yet, but he's getting prepped for his occupancy permit that's already been submitted. You can see this front area here where they're at, putting that last skim coat on the top there. A lot of sanding, but let me find you an area to give you a better idea. And you can see here, here's a good spot right here, that when they first go in, here's your concrete hollow block here, and then they use their plaster coats around, or their cement coats anyway. They throw it on. You can see spots here, and then they start to put their finish coats on it here, and then the last one is the color that you see white is their skim coat that they sand down after they get the wall smoothed up, ready for painting. Let's go out here and give you a better idea of what I'm talking about for those trees. I'm standing on my lanai right now, and Baja Cubo that's going to be out here. Got that tree, that tree, that tree, and that tree are going to be in the way of the Cubo. Well, the last one won't be, but it's in the way of the wall. And then I have a coconut tree alongside here. Hard for, again, it's more cutting and it's more haul away, because they still haven't removed the material next door that the property manager told me they were going to get to when they get time, and that's fine. When they get to it, they get to it. As long as it gets done. I don't want to be leaving my trash on somebody else's property. But that's what's going on here. We've been doing shopping, ordered our tiles, but found out that they were out of stock, and I don't know why they let you order items that are out of stock. So we have to go back and find something that's not on sale and pay the price for that. So let's head out on over here, take a quick look. I gave you guys a blog of my neighbors maybe tomorrow or the next day. Tomorrow's Sunday, so I don't think I'll be coming out here. It's usually a day I choose not to focus on what's going on with the builds. Try to spend it with the family. But you can see his wall. They've already started to finish this front section here. Obviously the tree's coming out because that's right in the middle of his driveway. But he had the same problem on the corner tree that I have on mine. Stuff gets expensive after a while because you don't really have a quality tree service. These are guys who just run a chainsaw that hack off the trees. At least the last group hack off the trees with their machetes, and once it hits on the ground, they go ahead and use a chainsaw then, instead of like the States where these guys are climbing. There's a local brake truck. You guys get a kick out of that. That's how they bring the truck. Brake truck comes out, kind of like the trash pickup out here is a farm tractor pulling a trailer behind it and picking up the trash. And as I'm sitting here looking at the house from the outside, the front of the outside, still got to decide on what type of front doors. Do we want the double, or you want a just straight single door on it? It's going to be bigger. It'll be the biggest door in the house. And you see the guys over there smoothing the exterior texture on it. They just use a piece of the steel structure for their tool. But like I said, tools seem to be in short supply in the Philippines, and I'm a big tool guy myself, so I don't understand that. I don't understand if I was a masonry guy, I would be working on my tool selection, but it doesn't seem to be the case out here. And that's one thing I think, if you invest in a trade, I think you need to be fully invested into it. So there's my builder, Dave. Hey Dave, how you doing?
Wonderful, thanks.
Dave and I were just commenting on the build today, going over some of the new progress on it and what's the next steps on it. So I always value his input. Man, I like it all the time, but I always value it. But it's always good. It's coming along good, Dave.
Yeah, making progress. At least we've had some good weather the last few days.
It's warm today, surprisingly.
Yeah, it is. It's humid.
I was very, very surprised at how warm. When I got up this morning, I opened the doors and kicked the fan on. So
yeah.
That's how I judge how the day is going to be. Well, folks, we appreciate your support, and we're going to say goodbye for now. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free, as you usually do. I know there's no problem there. You guys sending them out. So again, stay safe and God bless. Take care.